Hey, Common Sense Doctor here. This is a special video for someone who asked me to do a video on how to introduce foods to babies the right way. So this is for you and anyone else who has that question. Number one, I don't think there is a right way for every child or for every parent, but there are some tips that are very consistent and reproducible and helpful. The first one is we don't introduce solids until 4 months or after. Some people wait until 6 months. Some babies wait until 6 or 7 months. It's their choice. But not before 4 because it increases the risk of food allergies. Number two, when you go to introduce foods, you introduce one new food classic 7 days. You let them eat one food for 7 days and introduce a new one. You can do it every 3 to 4 days. The purpose is you introduce, avocado is my favorite first food because it's bland, easy to mush. So you introduce avocado for 3 days, then avocado and say green beans, and then avocado, green beans, applesauce. If they react to a food, the new food, then you know it's that, all right? Because they've already had all the other foods for several days, a week or more. So that is the safest and most consistent way. We don't introduce meat until a year. A lot of people want to do it early, but from ancient medicine, fruits the first year, and fruits are anything with a seed, fruits help to repair any minor DNA defects in that first year. Vegetables chelate, and vegetables are roots, tubers, stems, and leaves. So those, they really begin at a year, and meat's not until well after a year because they're just not necessary. So introducing food slowly, one at a time, is really the best way. Now the ideal way is to actually get body typed through ohoseminars.com, ohoseminars.com. The body type system is really specific for each individual person, and there are foods you should eat and foods you should not. The foods that we should eat for our specific body type are the foods that help give us the most energy, the best immune system, etc. over time. So that is how we introduce foods. Now, foods should be soft. They should be able to be mushed. There should not be any chunks in them, and it should be, I like kind of applesauce consistency, which is a little bit, not runny, because runny's too hard to spoon. Kids are just going to go, well, that was a suck, Mom, put it in the bottle. So that is the easiest. I'm also not a fan of grain in the first year. And actually, when you get body typed, if your child should eat grain, have at it, because we know it's going to be a positive experience. If they should not have grain, then don't introduce it. I've always thought sweet potatoes were a great introductory food. Turns out they're not. And I really think it's related to the body type system. I've had so many parents tell me sweet potatoes constipated their children. And I'm like, well, that's unusual. But it wouldn't be unusual if it's the wrong food in the wrong body. Okay? Now, this is way past introducing foods, but I'm not a fan of dairy after the first year. Okay? Man is the only species who gives his children the milk of another species after they've been weaned. That makes so much sense. It's common sense. No other animal does that. So why do we? Anyway, that's for you to ponder. I also find dairy can be very allergenic, and it's also damp in the body and can produce phlegm and mucus and can make coughs and colds worse. So I hope this is helpful. How to introduce foods, not until 4 months earliest. One new food every 3 to 7 days at a time. And pay attention. And ideal, get body typed at www.ohoseminars.com. We're happy to help you. We're happy to give you more information. Please call us, make an appointment, or check out my book, Common Sense Pediatrics, which actually has a lot of basic information in the well visit sections on how to and what to feed your children. So, until next time, have a great day.